14s get on the pitch.
Scrum reset. 8-9 play. But the Cote d'Ivoire forwards have won that battle in the scrum. They've forced the front row to collapse at the scrum in there, and they win a penalty. Advantage for Algeria.
Have got a good opportunity now to try and get off the mark. Otherwise, the earlier miss was not the best of executions.
Ooh. Another miss. The assistant referees having a good look at it and keeping their flags down.
You think that just one opportunity that Ivory Coast could take advantage of, and looking at how well they've been defending, you never know.
Good scrum from Algeria rather, and they win a scrum penalty. That is the response that the tight forwards needed. Julien Caminati. It's the right of the poles. He has been missing from the left. Flags are down. The wind is not breezing, and for the first time in this match, we have points on the board, and they will go to Julien Caminati. To the back, sends it up in the air. Hugo Verde has identified the winger out of position, but that's well recovered by Emmanuel Hulu. And oh my, Verde unable to judge the path and flight of that ball in the air, and then we have a player arriving late in there. Camille Buregba, unnecessary from him to start that scuffle, gives away a penalty, walks away with his head down. He's guilty of his action. I think the Cote d'Ivoire player was trying to milk a yellow card from that sequence. Maybe now Cote d'Ivoire can also get some points on the board. They do well, and make no mistake, at that point it's now back to square one. Algeria 3, Cote d'Ivoire 3. These two teams have had a slow start, but finally they've begun plugging away at it. But what decision do they do? Referee gives a free kick to Algeria for Cote d'Ivoire, engaging early. Goes straight to Rain Barca. Carries it straight to the 5, and now the forwards overlapping on the open side. Merdi Slamani. The Algerians have advantage. Diomande giving away another penalty. Hugo Velde goes up in the air. It's a cross kick, but it's off touch, and Kamer Bulegba cannot carry it and ground it. But Algeria will know they had a free play penalty fully at that point. Had no reason to make the tackle from that position. And here again, Algeria have a power play advantage. Rain Barca goes to the short side, combines with his number 9. Gillen will be touching down first in the second quarter final. Cahill finding that open space from that 8-9 combination at the scrum, and he touches down in the corner for Algeria. They lead by 8 points to 3. Secured by Cote d'Ivoire. Picked up by Bossono again. And he's taken high by the captain, Marvin Youssef. The third quarter finalists, Namibia, arrive here at the Mandela National Stadium. They will be taking on Senegal in the match that follows from this. But now, Sekou Traore to send us into halftime with just a 2-point game between Algeria and Cote d'Ivoire. Makes no mistake. That's the halftime score. 8 points Algeria lead against Cote d'Ivoire. We will be back after halftime. Well, we are back underway in the second half. Algeria leading Cote d'Ivoire by 8 points to 6. It's going to be a close contest between these two teams. Rain Barca throws. Another rolling maul set up by Algeria. The Lion Cubs, they are marching into the 22. It splinters, but the front row stays bound, and they continue to march forward. Shuffled through the hands, and advantage. Referee says he won't waste any more time. Awards the penalty try to Algeria. One would say that was too early, but the way the maul was rolling, referee says it was enough to be a try-scoring opportunity, and he awards the full complement of points. Algeria now up by 15 points, and Cote d'Ivoire down even further by a man after that penalty try.
That's some really good refereeing. That's not a good line out from the Ivorians. They just give the ball straight away.
Algeria now, they've come as close as they've been this whole second half, through the hands. And look at that injection of pace from the midfield. Beautiful carry from Nadir Megdoud. The last time he was in this position, he passed the ball. This time he goes himself and scores the try that brings Algeria to 20 points.
Well, that was some brilliant rugby. Like I said, honestly, at halftime, that I think because of how high the stakes are, there's got to be a heightened kind of play from the two sides. And Algeria have heeded the call, and you can see that they've really improved. Their ball movement is better, and they're moving a lot quicker than they were in the first half. And now you can see how they're finding the gaps that they're exploiting.
Hakim Miloudi in 21 for Algeria. Now to the back door, to the backs. Kick across by Alexis Reno, and it's going to be an easy walk-in for Mohamed Abdel Hamid Makri for Algeria. A score that gets the fans applauding and on their feet. This time he makes no mistake, carves it through the uprights. Julian Caminati finally finding his bearings, and you can see the thumbs up. He's pleased with his attempt. The team have trusted him, and he has delivered 28 points now. That first semi-final, will it be Kenya? Will it be Uganda? For now, Algeria look like they will be the other semi-finalists on the other side of the draw. Rain Barker. Messi at the breakdown from Cote d'Ivoire. They give away yet another penalty. Yakine Jebari. Ball out wide and into open spaces. The midfielder Nadir Megdoud. Another beautiful line. And what a try.
That was beautifully executed. I just like the way they play the short passes here, the Algerians. And you can see that the second half has looked totally different from what they were in the first half. They just couldn't find those spaces. But this time, you can see that it's better game understanding, but also better ball movement. Just look at that as the ball is picked up by the number 10. And just that short pass gets that pass in.
The finalists from last year meaning business here at Nambole. Out, you can call it a 6+1 because the other forward is playing the number 9 duties. They set up that rolling maul. It's in the hands of Rain Barker at the back, and that's going to be the final nail in Cote d'Ivoire's coffin. Rain Barker was at the back of that rolling maul, but the try has been scored by Yassine Boutemani. 39 points on the board for Algeria. The full-time hooter has gone, meaning Julian Caminati's kick will be the final piece of action in this quarter-final. Can Caminati put the cherry on the ice cake for the Lion Cubs of Algeria? 10 seconds on the clock. He gives it a beautiful hit, slices it through, the flags go up, and that's a beautiful conversion from Julian Caminati. Hugs from his teammates. Caminati finally finding his bearings. This is the motivational boost he needed from day one, because the T will be one of those places they rely on Algeria. But my oh my, all said and done, a slow match from Algeria and Cote d'Ivoire. But the losing finalists from last year showing in the second half that they are day and night better in quality.